It's Therapy Thursday, and this message goes out to all of my people that are dealing with self-victimization. Now, self-victimization means portraying oneself as a victim of circumstances or other people, often to manipulate, justify actions, or seek attention. It involves a tendency to blame external factors for one's problems and to avoid taking personal responsibility. Self-victimization can involve exaggerating or inventing scenarios to present oneself as wrong. Now, the reasons for self-victimization can vary, but it's simply just to justify their own actions, especially if they have engaged in abusive behavior. Manipulate others into feeling sympathetic or giving them what they want. They seek attention or validation, and then they use it as a coping mechanism to deal with feelings of inadequacy or powerlessness. Psychology term, it's called victim mentality complex, VMC. Why that sounds like a news station. Reporting live from VMC. Okay, but let's stick to the script because self-victim mentality complex refers to a mindset where individuals frequently blame others or external circumstances for their difficulties. Rather than taking responsibility for their actions or situations, people with a victim mentality often believe that bad things happen to them and will continue to happen to them, and that these negative events are solely due to actions of others or external factors beyond their control, like the universe. This is also a learned behavior, though, because a victim mentality can be developed from past experiences such as abuse, neglect, or trauma, and it can become a coping mechanism, potentially for manipulation. But in some cases, playing the victim can be a deliberate tactic used to gain sympathy or manipulate others. Now, technically, it's not a diagnostic term. While victim mentality can be a significant factor in some mental health conditions like narcissistic personality disorders or depression, it's not a diagnosis itself, but rather a pattern of thinking and behavior. Now, it's important to distinguish between genuine experiences of victimization and the intentional fabrication or exaggeration of victimhood. While some individuals may legitimately have been victims of abuse or hardship, self-victimization involves a deliberate choice to perpetrate that narrative. Now, the symptoms are blaming others for situations, assume a lack of control over one's life, and avoid personal responsibility. Now, people with this mindset may feel entitled to sympathy, experience self-pity, and have a negative outlook on life. The consequences of self-victimization can hinder personal growth and prevent individuals from taking responsibility for their lives. It can create a cycle of negativity and resentment, and it can also create a barrier to building healthy relationships. So if you find yourself in anything that I just said, this message is for you. And I'm about to free you on today. So let's get to work. Because for one, you have to identify the patterns. The mindset explains that victimhood is often fueled by feelings of helplessness, resentment, and anger. Two, acknowledge personal agencies, which just means it's your choice. It's your power, even in difficult situations. Forgiving yourself and others, letting go of anger and resentment. And three, being truthful with yourself. Stop lying. You have to learn how to practice self-compassion. The root causes of this is a person's past life experiences. And you have to step out of oppression Olympics, which is a critical term for a type of perceived victim mentality that views marginalization as a competition to determine the relative weight of the overall oppression of individuals. Meaning, you can't compete with others' oppression, especially when you are the one that's causing others' oppressions. Yes, I said that right. And y'all already know my last one. Therapy helps. Now, y'all be safe out there and always remember to fight for joy.